Hello and welcome to Simple Country Place. I have 4 realistic meal ideas for you today and 1 appetizer actually. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please subscribe. Welcome and enjoy. The first thing I'm making is just a big ol' salad. So I have romaine lettuce, that's our favorite, and I'm going to be cutting up carrots, broccoli, cucumbers, bell peppers, and cherry tomatoes. And I mean, who doesn't know how to make a salad, but it just was so beautiful that I had to include it, and it was super filling. It was for my husband, he was the only one home this day. Super filling, and he really enjoyed it. It was something different. I usually don't make like chef salads just as like a main dish, but I had a lot of fresh produce, so I thought that would be good. And when I first met my husband and we started dating, he was very sheltered, kind of like the rest of the people staying in our house, like very sheltered with his eating preferences, and I've slowly worked him out of that. So he used to never like salads, and now he really enjoys them. Some days he even asks, he's like, I kind of want a snack. Will you make me like a little salad? I'm like, well, absolutely. I'm trying to, sneak the veggies in and keep them as healthy as possible for as long as possible. And this just turned out so pretty. I just love all the colors. I had found some breaded chicken tenders on sale at Costco, and so that is what I'm just air frying those. I think it's 7 to 10 minutes on each side. They're big too. Air frying those to get them all nice and crispy. And then I had also hard boiled up 2 eggs. So here I am taking the shells off. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. However, this is just how I've always done it, so the struggle is real. But hard boiled up 2 eggs, and then those chicken tenders, when they got done, I just sliced up the eggs, and then I will be adding that to the top of the salad. And this is all, it has your protein, it has your vegetables, yeah, and it was a big salad, so that was all he had, and it was super good. I also obviously added some cheese, because if you've watched any other videos, we put cheese on almost everything. Cheese, and I had a smidge of those bacon bits left in my fridge, so my husband loves bacon, so I threw those on there too. Just look how beautiful that is. Work of art. My husband also said that chicken was super good, so I might be repurchasing that if I find it on sale again. On this day, I'm making a cheeseburger pasta type situation. So I have some ground beef there that I'm gonna start sauteing or browning, and then adding diced up onion, and get that cooking together. For the seasonings, I'm seasoning this like I would burgers. So Lowry seasoned salt, lemon pepper, and garlic powder. That's our favorite combo for burgers. I even put that on my veggie burgers. So that is what I am doing here. I like to brown brown the meat halfish way, and then add the seasonings and then finish browning it. once that is all cooked, I'm not taking the grease out because I'm going to be using that for the sauce. So I'm adding some flour and stirring that around to let the flour cook a little bit to get that like floury taste out. And adding a small can of tomato sauce. And then I'm going to be adding beef broth. So I always have just like the powder stuff, adding water. So that's what I'm doing here. Adding the beef broth base, say that 10 times fast, and then the appropriate amount of water to go with that. And this is actually a super like easy one pot meal, which was kind of nice. And we had like people, I don't know, our house is obviously full, and we had like people all eating at different times, so I just kind of kept this warm, and then whoever got home, and if they were hungry, then they just grabbed some. So to that mixture, I'm adding the pasta, dried pasta right in there. I just had penne, so that's what I'm throwing in and mixing that around, and the pasta will cook in that sauce, which will make it nice and flavorful. I'm just mixing that around and kind of shoving the pasta down so it cooks, and then I put a lid on it and essentially just let that pasta cook. So now it's when it gets kind of weird, but I'm actually adding pickles to that. We have some dill pickles. We're a very pickle positive household here, so and we always have pickles on our burgers, and it's like cheeseburger pasta, so it should have pickles, right? So anyways, diced up some of those dill pickles and am putting that in once the pasta is cooked. And then I'm also adding sharp cheddar shredded cheese, and then essentially just letting that cheese melt. And like I said, I kept it warm for, I don't know, a while, after an hour and a half, I think everyone was home and had eaten. So, and this was actually a big hit. Like, I was kind of iffy about it just because, I don't know, it seems weird to me, but it was a big hit. My husband loved it. It was simple enough, so most of the kids ate it, like kids meaning nieces and nephews that are actually adults. And yeah, filling, serves like, it's like, simple, but can serve a lot of people. On this day, I made bacon wrapped chicken. So I'm getting like a seasoning mixture ready with brown sugar, salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. And mixing that all together. So I have some chicken thighs there, and I'm going to put half of that mixture on the chicken thighs, and it does kind of get a little messy, but it just is what it is. So half of that mixture, and then I'm wrapping those chicken thighs in bacon. And not everyone was home this night. My husband was home. We had a friend over, and my nephew that usually lives with us was home. So I only made 3 chicken thighs. And I used 2 slices of bacon for each one. And like, as I'm wrapping those, I'm putting them into a baking dish. And those will go into the oven to cook. And I did rotate them a few times in the oven because everyone likes their bacon crispy around here. So if you don't do that, then like the top will be crispy, but the bottom won't be. So if you like crispy bacon, make sure to rotate it while it's cooking. And then once those are all in the baking dish, I just added the rest of that seasoning mixture on top. And I didn't cover this, just put it right in the oven. And yeah, like I said, as the bacon like crisped up, I would rotate it to different sides. So with that, one of my nieces had requested, not the one that's scared of spice, but the other one, had requested jalapeno poppers. And I had some extra bacon and a bunch of garden fresh jalapenos that were huge. So that's what I'm making here. So super simple recipe. I actually got it from one of my good friends. Just cream, cheese, and shredded cheese of your choice. I used cheddar because that's what I had, but mixing that all together. And I had already cut up the jalapenos took out the seeds and stems. If you know, you know, I used to be really in love with the Colt 45 song. So did that, and then now I'm stuffing the jalapenos that I had cut up. So they weren't really spicy. I even convinced like the niece that's scared of spice to try one, because I'm like, they can't be spicy. The seeds and stems are out, and she did, and I mean, she didn't love it, but the niece that requested them really loved it. She had like almost all of them. So anyways, I stuffed all those, and then I used that bacon I had left over and wrapped that around. And I honestly just threw those in the air fryer in batches, because I have a small air fryer, because usually it's just me and my husband here, so we don't need a big one, but threw them in batches. And yeah, my husband really liked them, and the one niece that wanted me to make them said they were amazing. So, and I love jalapeno poppers. Obviously, I didn't eat these because they were wrapped in bacon, but just as a rule. So that's that chicken that I made, and I served that with potatoes and green beans. On this night, I am making like a breakfast sandwich type situation. I was inspired by, I used to work at McDonald's when I was in high school, and I loved the McGriddle sandwiches. And so I was like, I can make that. That would be super good. So anyways, I just have that super easy pancake mix where you just add water, and again, don't measure anything. I just eyeball it until it looks about right. And so you can see I had to add water a few extra times because it was too thick there to begin with. Once that batter was the consistency I wanted, I am making pancakes, and super easy again. And I'm intentionally making them small because I want them to be like the same size as the sausage patties that I'm going to be making. Or I don't really make them, I just heat them up. But so they make cute little sandwiches. Super simple, easy. I mean, we had this for dinner, but you could make this and have it for breakfast, certainly. Those are the sausage patties I used. I just had those in my freezer, cooked them up like package directions. And to go with that, obviously making some eggs. So I have some eggs there that I'm scrambling, and I'm going to be adding half and half and whisking that all together. And then for seasonings, adding Lowry seasoned salt, pepper, and parsley, which I make scrambled eggs different every time, just depends on what I'm doing. But I wanted, since these were going to be like little sandwiches with all the flavors together, I wanted to keep it pretty simple. And I made the eggs just in a fry pan, covered it like kind of, I don't know, maybe like quiche style perhaps. Covered it and let it cook that way, and it worked out perfectly. And here's the assembly. And if I was gonna be fancy, I could use like a circle cutter for the eggs and make perfect little egg discs, but we're not super fancy around here, so I just eyeballed it and made the little sandwiches, and then I topped those with syrup. And I actually had some without sausage, and they were super good. I enjoyed them, and my husband said that it was really good too. So thank you so much for watching. Please come back for future videos.